We begin, though, on Capitol Hill with the efforts to approve a debt ceiling deal and avoid a national default. Lawmakers are using pressure to accept the agreement struck by President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, but more than 24 are already vowing to reject it. Nikole Killion has more now from Capitol Hill.
Good morning. House Republicans met behind closed doors for about 2 hours last night to try to rally support for this bill. GOP leaders are projecting confidence, but it's still not clear if the votes are there.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Today, the debt deal is bound for the House floor after clearing the powerful Rules Committee Tuesday night by one vote.
What do the 13 of us owe the rest of Congress? We owe them an honest shake.
Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie helped push the measure over the edge after it failed to get unanimous support from panel Republicans like Chip Roy.
Is it worth blowing up this deal when you have that default deadline less than a week from now?
Default is off the table. It would be the President of the United States that would choose to default.
At least 20 Republicans say they'll vote no on a final bill. It would lift the debt limit past the 2024 election and, according to new projections by the Congressional Budget Office, cut spending by $1.5 trillion over a decade.
It's bull. What do you say to your fellow Republicans who are firm no? Keep walking.
Hey, no walking backwards. Everybody has elected to here to take their vote.
I mean, are they expendable? Are you looking to flip them?
Get as many votes as we can.
The deal brokered between Speaker McCarthy and President Biden has some hardline conservatives calling for the Speaker's ouster.
Do you think he should lose his job?
I think it's necessary because he's catastrophically failed in this negotiation.
It's also tough to swallow for some progressive Democrats concerned about tougher work requirements and other carve-outs.
To have the president solely negotiating with Republicans itself, I don't think it was a really good look.
We want to make sure there's no default, so that's priority number one. But we also need to hold our ground and stand up for the most vulnerable Americans.
Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffrey says he's having discussions with his members, and this morning, White House negotiators and top aides are briefing House Democrats on the deal here at the Capitol. Anne Marie?
Well, thank you. Let us bring in Weijia Jiang now, who's following all of this from the White House for us. So, Weijia, President Biden said earlier this week that he feels good about the bill. I don't expect him to say anything else. Is that still the case, though? What are you hearing from the White House?
I think the White House is very clear-eyed that it is not going to be an easy fight, but the fact is that for all of the talk about, whether this is a bad deal for Democrats, none of those in the Democratic Party, even the left-leaning Progressive Caucus, are willing to say, publicly at least, that I am not going to vote for this bill. They haven't gone that far yet. And so even though there's a lot of work being done behind the scenes by the president and his team around him to sell this, to make sure they have the votes, I don't think that, they are worried it's not going to go through, because I think the White House's position is it could be worse. The U.S. could default. And, I imagine that lawmakers do not want that that on their backs, to be the ones who, were against this bill and therefore led to the U.S. not being able to pay its bills. Because even though the president has said many times, and the White House insists that this deal was not a deal to raise the debt ceiling, that's exactly what it is, because they are not, you can't break them apart. At this point, it's one, or you have to have both. You have to have the budget deal and raising the debt ceiling. And so because of that, I think there's a lot of pressure for lawmakers, no matter whether they like the deal, they don't like the deal, they don't think their team got enough, to find a way to compromise and move forward.
Yeah, I mean, one of my sort of indicators that good negotiating is going on is that everyone's a little bit miserable about the outcome, right? Not one side is not sort of happier than the other side. So, yeah, I don't expect everyone to fall in love with this bill, but is the strongest argument to Democrats from the White House, hey, it could have been worse?
I mean, yes, I think that is the strongest argument. And we've heard that in various forms from President Biden himself, who the other day was pressed about whether this actually was a good deal or not. And he said, look, I'm not going to characterize it. Obviously, we had a compromise, so both sides had to give a little. We didn't get everything we wanted, but he's not out here, selling it like he did the infrastructure plan, as an example, which was a signature piece of legislation for him. This was non-negotiable for the president. He was going to find a way, one way or another, to get this through, because again, the alternative would have been so devastating for all Americans.
Indeed. Weijia Jiang, thank you so much.
Sure.